Hey, is this any? All right, this is much better. No, there was something software issue that I had to restart this piece of software. So anyway, good morning. Monday morning, a wet Monday morning, and evidently it was a very windy Sunday night, Monday morning down here. Wife come in and one of the Christmas. My wife's a big Ohio State fan. And one of the Christmas gifts I got her was an Ohio State garden gnome for her to put out in her flower garden. And she went out with the puppy this morning and come back in, and she was a little sad. I go, "What's wrong, babe?" And she goes, "The garden gnome you bought me for Christmas got knocked over, and it hit the concrete edging to the around the flower bed, and it broke." And didn't just break off. I mean, it actually broke into about 70 or 80 pieces. So we had to order, she got on her phone and ordered another one because I bought it off of Amazon. But she was really sad because one I got her for Christmas broke. And I was like, well. But Spanky surprised me this morning. I woke up and he was in his usual spot in between the wife and I down at our feet. And but he was, when I woke up at 3:30, he was shivering. So I put him up underneath the blankets, put the blanket across the top of him. And since I sleep with the electric blanket turned on, low, not high, but turned on to keep my legs warm, he warmed up real quick and fell back to sleep. Usually when I get up, he comes following out behind me, let him outside, do a bathroom trip. I put fresh water in the bowl, mix up his food, and give him his breakfast. He slept until the wife's alarm went off at 5 o'clock. So I was up at 3:30. So he pulled down an extra hour and a half morning worth of sleep this morning. Nah, the gnome's head didn't fall off. But it busted the gnome's head. I'm not even going to bother. I was thinking about maybe trying to see if I could put it together, but I'm not even going to bothering because there's going to be too many pieces missing. Because there's a lot of little chips laying out there. Yeah, the headless gnome. Well, it's still headless because it was the head that got busted up. Okay, I'm not going to answer that Walgreens because I know what it is. You already sent me a text message and an email saying that my hydrocodone's ready for pickup. Yay! That makes me a happy man. But anyway, one of the things that popped up this weekend is the amount of, one piece of, oh, come on. And, they're going to, well, screw you, U.S. News. Last night, Trump sent a bunch of MS-13 members to Venezuela. Or to El Salvador, rather. MS, let's see here, sending 17 more people. So, yeah, there's, and I don't think they've gotten the courts online with this yet, that the Democratic judges, and there is I want to see if I can find that video of this. Come on, close tab. Oh man, I didn't want to close that tab. Let's see here. Schumer, we have 200 judges. Trump. All right. All right, let me see if I can actually find the video of him saying this. All right. Here is a quick video. Schumer admitting what they're doing out loud. Oh, for me, it's definite. For me, it's a definite yay. When Trump sends MS-13 or that Venezuelan gang out of the country, I don't care if it's one of them or 100 of them. He sends them out of the state, out of the country. I'm happy. That's all there is to it. That's enough to make me a happy man for the day. When he gets done, and I'm gonna be honest, I don't care if the people that he deports out are people that, other than entering the country illegally, haven't, that's the only crime they've committed is enter the country illegally. If he deports them, I'm just as happy. I've got no problem with it. And this video here that I'm going to play.
The number of progressive judges that Democrats put in place to basically.
All right, why don't I have the audio? Okay, let me move this to YouTube and see if I can get the audio that way. Okay, I'm not hearing the audio, and I was hearing the audio earlier. What is going on?
$235 judges, progressive judges, judges not under the control of Trump last year on the bench, and they are ruling against Trump time after time after time. And we hope that the appellate courts, when it gets up there in the Supreme Court, will uphold those rulings.
Okay. Yeah, did you? I don't know what's going on here. You was hearing it, then it stopped. Oh, hey, Raman. Good morning, Raman.
Good morning.
You hear me, Raman?
I hear you great. I hope you can hear me, fool. Can you hear me? Please tell me somebody out there can hear me.
Okay, I cannot hear you, Raman,
Son
if
of
you're
a
talking.
bitch. Okay. Hold on, recording. Yeah, that's my default device.
All right.
Okay.
Can I be heard? Can y'all hear me?
I hear you.
Okay. All right, Raman. Now, okay, I've got you on pulled up, but I haven't heard you.
I know. I checked my settings.
Okay. Well, there's Chuck Schumer admitting that they put up that they're judge shopping to their
Oh, God.
230 some odd judges that they put up to stop Trump from doing his agenda.
What about now?
And that includes deporting illegals.
Shit, I guess not. Okay, what about now?
Which makes no sense to me whatsoever. I mean, well, I can understand why they want to deport the illegals, why they don't want
yes.
illegals deported, why they want them in the country, because while illegals can't vote, they do. That does give them more representation. And unfortunately, Abbott and DeSantis helped them by moving all these illegals into Democratic strongholds, which would give those Democratic ran cities or democratically ran states more representation than Texas, because representation in the House of Representatives and in the Electoral College is based upon your population of everybody, including those who are here illegally, non-citizens. Well, right now I don't have anything on. The only thing I have is just myself and Raman over in the left-hand corner of the screen. Let me see something here. No, I don't want that.
Oh my God.
Let me look at the YouTube. Let me see what I got on my YouTube. Okay. And
why is this my life now? Shit.
okay, that's their. I'm not hearing any. Well, you guys are saying you're hearing me, so that's what matters. Okay. I've got it pulled up on my cell phone now to where I can watch what's going on. So let me close that screen. And I'm going to kill the audio here because I don't need to hear myself now. All right, here at the beginning, we're going to see quite a bit of Chucky Schumer. And because old Chuck, in addition to saying that he is bringing up all the, they're judge shopping all these cases against Trump, he has made other threats here in the past. Now, here's one from when he was on the Rachel Maddow show. And this was 8 years ago during Trump's first. This is before Trump was even sworn in his first term.
Hasn't been delayed. But he's taking these shots, this antagonism, this taunting to the intelligence community.
You take on the intelligence community, they have 6 ways from Sunday at getting back at you. So even for a practical, supposedly hard-nosed businessman, he's being really dumb to do this.
What do you think the intelligence community would do if they were motivated?
I don't know, but from what I...
So there he is threatening Trump with the with the intelligence community. Then here he is threatening Kavanaugh.
Inside the walls of this court, the Supreme Court is hearing arguments, as you know, for the first major abortion right cases since Justices Kavanaugh and Justices Gorsuch came to the bench. We know what's at stake. Over the last 3 years, women's reproductive rights have come under attack in a way we haven't seen in modern history. From Louisiana.
So there he is threatening them. This is weird, man, because I'm not hearing anything coming from my main computer. I'm having everything I'm hearing is coming through my cell phone, so I have a little bit of a delay.
Uh-oh. Can you hear me now? No. Damn it, man. All right, hold on.
All right, and finally here, once
Hello?
again,
Hello?
Schumer making threats.
Oh my God.
Oh, okay, Raman, I can hear you now.
Oh my God, I have been switching my mic settings back and forth since I got in here. Oh, morning now. Morning, Digi. Morning, everybody. I'm going to tell you though, when I saw the thumbnail, it was a little disturbing because I misread it
think
because I'm a
the problem I've
dumbass.
got here.
To me, it looked like I said the prettiest time of the year, and I'm like, oh, it's gonna be a nice, cheerful, happy stream. And then I saw the fires, and I'm like, oh, is that why it's the prettiest time of the year? Because of the fires. And then I got worried. I'm like, why? Then I said, oh, you dumbass, it's the protest time of the year, which made sense. But damn, why?
Okay. My headset's working now to where I can hear
Yay.
your ROM. I could actually hear what was being said through the main
You're gonna break that headset later. You
and not through
listen to
my cell
shit.
phone. All right, let's see here.
God, I hate Mondays so much. How was your weekend?
Oh, my weekend was pretty good for, all intents and purposes. Life came at me with two barrels, and I managed to swing back at life a little bit. So, but old puppy dog, like I said earlier, he managed to catch an extra hour and a half of sleep this morning, which made me feel good.
All right, shh, just give me the phone. No.
Yeah, you're right. You're right, Neil. Weekends are never long enough. All right, let's see here. I want to share Schumer one more time. Here's Schumer making admitting this. One thing I have to say, Schumer's saying the quiet part out loud here quite a bit lately.
We are mobilizing in New York. We have people going to the Republican districts and going after these Republicans who are voting for this and forcing them to either change their vote or face the consequences. This is a long, relentless fight that we fight every day. And I am confident that we will bring Trump's popularity, numbers, and strength down if we keep at it and keep at it and keep at it.
So there he is saying that
sounds like he's forming an army to attack American citizens of a different party.
That's
exactly what he's doing, but it kind of sounds a lot like it.
It sounds like he's inciting
a riot, insurrections,
protests, and even, insurrection.
Yeah, but I'm not going to say it. But that's what it says.
Well, I've got no problem saying it.
I have no suicidal tendencies, and I do not own any projectile weapons.
What's funny, over on another social media platform, of which I do not post. I simply comment
Uh-oh.
and share other people's posts.
Uh-oh.
I have not posted a single video on this other platform. All right. Simply because, I mean, I've tried to come up with stuff that I can say in under 2 minutes, and it's damned hard for me to do it. I have a hard time getting my point across in 2 minutes or less. So but one of the things they tell that's been going on is a lot of people have been wondering about, and I mean, I get a lot of my posts will get pulled. I'll get for violating terms of service and community standards within seconds of me posting them. So one of the things they came up with this weekend is, they said, okay, why don't you check to see if what you're saying, what you're doing is getting out to people.
Oh.
And I win a lot of the appeals. I lose a few, but I win a lot of my appeals. It comes to find out that everything I post is restricted. And almost every person who posts conservative content, their accounts are restricted, which means they don't get out for general consumption. Basically, only people who are subscribed to them can see them. Or
That is such a stupid thing.
Or people who, people who are subscribed to other people who share their videos can see their videos. That means most of my posts don't get seen by people. I'm sitting there going, you have got to be kidding me. I mean, words on a screen. I mean, I don't cuss. I mean, I had one post, like my typical post that gets, if I use the term illegal or deported, either one of those will automatically cause my post to be pulled for violating either terms of service or community standards. And if you use the word trans, that's an automatic, at least for me, it's an automatic community strike, which goes away in 14 days, but it's still there for those 14 days. You got to be careful with what you say for the next 2 weeks, because you get 3 community strikes in a 3-week period, and your account is temporarily banned for a month. So, but anyway. But the reason why I was pulling these up, these posts or videos of Chucky Schumer talking about how, threatening protests and other things of Trump over the next couple, is starting April 5th.
Wait, what's starting April 5th? I'm sorry. I had to change my settings to hear you better.
Starting April 5th, Trump critics plan April 5th protest across the U.S.
It'll be the quietest, non-publicized protest ever.
Oh, well, wait. Okay. On Saturday, April 5th, several cities across the U.S. will witness a nationwide protest called Hands Off, organized by the Indivisible Movement, a left-leaning advocacy group. Athens is one of the cities that has a planned protest. Demonstrations are aimed to voice opposition to various policies enacted by the Trump administration. This group claims this protest is a response to cuts made by the Trump administration and Elon Musk. Well, first of all, Elon Musk did not have authority to cut anything. His group merely identified and advocated for these, expenditures to be cut, which 99% of them were cut by the agency, by Trump's agency head. Marco Rubio has done wonders with everything that falls under the Secretary of State's office, like USAID and all these other organizations. All right. They're taking everything they can get their hands on, our healthcare, our data, our jobs, our services, and daring the world to stop them. Well, first of all, the world has no say in how we spend our money. Oh, they can complain that they're not getting our money anymore. But they have no say in how our money is actually spent. In the flyer description, the protests are statements such as hands off public education. Well, actually, it is going hands off public education. We are no longer at the federal government level going to have interference in our public education. It's going back to the states. And let the states and the individual communities control their public education. You'd think they'd be happy for that. Hands off our health care. Again, the federal government's relinquishing a lot of control over the health care, returning it back to the states. Their biggest complaint, of course, is abortion. Hands off our undocumented neighbors. Well, we are definitely going hands off.
They're not my neighbors. They're my future robbers.
We're deporting them, therefore, back to their home countries. And once they're back in their home countries, then we will no longer have our hands on them. Hands off our trans siblings. We're not doing anything to your trans siblings. We're simply saying they can't. We're simply saying they can't serve in the military because they are expensive as hell. They can't go in. They can't go into any combat areas. So they'll be strictly stateside troops. Because they're going to be restricted from too much, and they'll never be able to get a security clearance because they have mental health issues. Remember, I almost lost my security clearance because I talk in my sleep.
Jesus. I have heard some weird shit when people talk in their sleep, and it always makes me laugh.
I almost lost my security clearance because I talk in my sleep. I had to record. They gave me a tape recorder that I had. The only thing I could do.
Opportunities recording, man. I regret it so much.
The only thing I could do was set it up to record. I couldn't do nothing else with this machine. And I had to, every morning, I had to take that machine down to the hospital and turn it over.
Oh my God.
So that
I talk in my sleep. Who told? You? Somebody tells me you.
No, it's my roommates.
Jesus Christ, your roommates were assholes.
Well, I had 4 of them. There's 4 of us sleeping in. I had 3 roommates. There were 4 of us sleeping in a room.
Doesn't mean they're less than an So I mean, come on, snitching, man.
Eh,
This is
well,
why we
that,
can't have nice things.
well, they're trying to get me out of the room because evidently I was keeping them awake with my talking.
Oh my.
So to get me out of
Man,
the, to get me out of the room, they went to commander or first shirt and said, hey, he's talking in his sleep and he's keeping us awake, yada yada yada. And commander made me report down to the hospital to talk to the shrink.
you haven't heard nothing when you hear one of the most obnoxious people on the internet mumble in their sleep about wanting to fight one of the nicest streamers on the internet. In their meet me, kick your ass. I'm like, no, that's not going to happen.
Okay. And hands off our bodies. What are we doing to your bodies? We're not forcing you to do anything with your body.
Nope.
Now, we are saying, or, most of us on the conservative side are saying that, children are not mentally developed enough to decide that they should go on puberty blockers and
Dude,
have their
when my
body
daughter was
mutilated.
when my daughter was 3, she was swearing she was a chocolate chip cookie. So no, I'm right there with you.
Hell, I thought I could fly if I put on a Superman cape and jumped off the kitchen table.
Oh, I'm not sharing that story. Needless to say, the entry to the roof of my friend's house was forever barred after that. I'm not telling that one.
I climbed up on the kitchen table with a Superman cape on, and it was one of those capes that not only had the back part but it had the chest piece.
Ooh.
Yeah, this is one of the nice ones back then.
Fancy.
And it was full length. It came all the way down to my knees. It wasn't no short cape either. It had that long cape. I thought I could fly like Superman did. I did that up and away, and one fist, left arm pointed out, right arm tucked in close, and jumped off the kitchen table. Holding that Superman pose. Ended up in the hospital getting stitches in my chin.
Oh.
No, kids don't know what they're about yet.
Nope.
Children don't know. So from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. on April 5th, protesters will gather in the College Square. This here is talking about at Athens, Georgia, where there'll be music and speakers. It is hosted by the Athens-Clarke County Democrat Committee, Indivisible Georgia 10, and the Oconee Democratic Committee. All right. And the reason why Athens is getting the spotlight like it is here is Athens has been in the spotlight the past 2 years after the death of student Laken Riley at the hands of an illegal immigrant at UGA's intramural fields. And Trump signed the Laken Riley Act in January, which requires the U.S. Department of Homeland Security to detain illegal immigrants who have been arrested for burglary, theft, larceny, or shoplifting. I have no problem with any, but I don't care who you are. If you've been arrested for burglary, theft, larceny, or shoplifting, I want you held in custody.
Mm-hmm.
They recently arrested an 11-year-old girl at I had that in mind, Data, when I come up with today's title. Oh, yeah, that's true. Data, that in California, once a child reaches 12 years old, parents are no longer have access to their medical records.
That is bullshit.
They have to get the child's permission.
Mm-mm.
But this 11-year-old girl, and I want to say this was in Georgia. on her cell phone that she got bored on a family trip as they were heading home.
Oh, and she started calling 911.
Right. She started calling 911 about kidnapping.
I remember she said somebody was thrown into a car in front of her and they were kidnapped, and she saw the whole thing, and she went on to describe the vehicle and the kidnappers and how the kid was in the back of the car looking scared and all this other crap. Yeah. You know, normally I'm not for arresting a kid, but that's how they learn.
Yep.
You
Well,
know,
that kid.
You really arrest them. I don't mean that scared straight crap that they have to talk to the inmates. I mean actually put them through the process and let them sit and cool their heels in holding for a few hours. It'll be enough so that they don't pull that shit again. Then you got criminals like Steven Stearns and Casey Anthony, who actually committed criminal offenses, and their parents are like, no, I'll pay for it, it's fine. And nothing happens because the parents intervene, and then they go on until they kill somebody. You go to jail one time for a real thing, you're going to get scared enough to not ever do that shit again, because up until you go to jail, you think you're smarter than the cops and you can explain things away. And that
Yep.
cops will believe you. You just keep talking over the cops and eventually they'll believe you. Oh, the cops knew she didn't have a job at Disney World, even after she got busted, she took them all the way to Disney World, got them past security, got them in the meeting room, and finally said, okay, you got me, I don't have a job here. And the cops were like, okay, explain the last morning you saw your. Well, I took her to her nanny. That doesn't exist. I took her to the nanny and went to work at Disney World like I always do. After she literally just admitted she didn't have a job there. They look so tired, dude. Those detectives look just so tired. This is why you let your kids go to fucking jail the first time or two. There was a rumor that Steven Stern's mom got into a problem with the roommate because they witnessed him doing some criminal activity with either a kid or kid-like images, and she both intimidated and paid them. Like she scared the hell out of him. She had a minute. Excuse me, hiccups. She was rumored to have come in with a big manila folder because she was in the military in a position that could have decimated them. And yeah, next thing you know, there were no more problems. I don't get involved with my kids' shit. When my kids got in trouble at school, I was like, okay, what happened? And I don't have a problem with my kids defending themselves. You know, the school had a problem with it because it would go from 0 to assault charges in a minute. Because my girl especially, she doesn't take that. You know, but if she did something out of nowhere, yeah, she could have. Some kid sat too close to her in her last new school, and oh, that was a good school. But some kid sat too close for it, and that's a thing for her that sets her off, and she shoved that kid. And I apologized and asked if the kid was okay, which she was. It was just a shove, not it wasn't warfare. So she got suspended for 2 days in school. And I was like, okay, you do what you gotta do. And my daughter came home and said sorry. And that was it.
Now here's another article on those protests.
Oh my God, are those peeps? I'm sorry.
Tens of thousands of people in the United States and this is around the world now, are preparing to take to the streets on Saturday, April 5th, what the organizers call the largest single day of protests since Donald Trump was sworn in for his second term. 600 events across all 50 states, Washington, D.C., and multiple international cities.
Oh my
All right.
God.
They're doing in London. Demonstrators are going to be in Trafalgar Square.
Oh, wow.
All right. There's going to be protests in Canada, of course, U.S. They're threatening. And this is what they're saying is, they're threatening to invade Canada, Greenland, and Panama. Well, I think we already took over the Panama Canal Zone.
Pretty sure.
I thought I saw that the last week that China, because of the Chinese involvement down there, Trump went in there and
And
okay.
when the zombie apocalypse starts, you gotta go to Greenland, man.
Okay. And daring the world to stop them. Well, this is the world saying no. This is a crisis and time to act now. Now, I'm going to be honest. I have not kept up on everything going on with Greenland, except for the fact that China and Russia has got a lot of boats in the maritime area, a lot of ships around Greenland, which is too damn close to Canada and the United States. All right. Organizers say the protests are a response to Trump and the congressional Republicans' efforts to gut essential healthcare programs like healthcare, Social Security, public education, and civil rights protections. While there are no civil rights protections under attack, in fact, we're trying to ensure that women's civil rights are protected by keeping biological men out of women's prisons, out of women's locker rooms, out of women's dressing rooms, and out of women's bathrooms. They just moved 2 inmates back to male prisons because they got female prisoners pregnant. JD DeLay had an article on that here the other day. And you're not a trans woman if you're getting women pregnant.
Exactly.
All right. You still have what it takes to get a woman pregnant. I'll tell you what, the closest I'll come to saying that you are a trans woman. There is one exception to this, and that's Blair White. Blair White is an exception to a lot of what I say and believe. I will call
Blair White a woman. She is exceedingly beautiful and puts in the work every day. So yeah, I'm okay with it.
Okay. But if you still have the biological equipment, all of it working.
I don't know if she does and has a good tuck job or what. I don't even know.
I don't think she's had the bottom surgery, but then I haven't kept up with her here in the past year.
Right.
So but we're not going, I mean, we're trying to protect civil rights. But going here with this, they're facing a problem, at least here in the United States, when it comes to this protest on the 5th. This is just one of hundreds of videos. Okay.
April 5th is coming. And before anybody starts romanticizing protest, let me just say it plain as day. No confusion. We are not going out there.
When she's saying we, she's talking about Black people.
Not this time. We are not going out there.
Hey, beautiful people. How you all doing today? It's your girl Destiny here, and welcome to my channel. How have you all been? Hope you...
I have no idea who that is. Okay.
Okay. The Black people, whoa, what the happened here?
I don't know.
Oh, that's a damn ad that popped up on the screen. Okay. Now this here is Black News. Blacknews.com.
Oh Lord.
Okay. Hey, I mean, you've got when you're wanting to, I mean, there's some things you have to go to the racist websites to find out what they're talking about. Okay. And even they are saying that they are telling people not to go to, telling Black people not to go to this protest. They're talking about the protest, but they're telling black people to be cautious about going. Because they do not want black people hurt as and blamed for the protest, which make I'm not going to say that it's true what they claim, but they like to say that whenever black people are involved in the protest, then it becomes then the blacks are blamed for the protest. Neil's saying that Blair hasn't had the bottom surgery yet. I know they've had everything above the waist, and I mean, I really don't care whether or not they've had the bottom surgery. I'm not sleeping with them.
Okay.
That's up to, I don't even know if she's still with her boyfriend or not, because she did have that live-in room boyfriend that when they moved from California to Texas.
Okay.
So, but yeah, so there, on April 5th, there are going to be now one of the big supporters of these now there's also another protest that's been going on. It's called the Silent Riot. Have you heard about that one?
No.
Okay. It's being put out by the People's Union.
All right.
Okay. The People's Union USA. Now, here's their t-shirts. Whoops. Come on. Here's their t-shirts and their logo. The raised fist with the chains coming off of it.
Oh, Lord.
Okay. And they're going for the economic blackout protest.
Okay.
Okay. And we know how well those work. Now, to join them, okay, together we build a better future. We are not a political party. We are a movement of people organizing to take back control of our economy, government, and the future of our country.
Anybody else says that? Oh my God,
Yeah. What we are building is not just resisting corruption, but exposing it. For decades, corporations, politicians, and industries have worked together to rig the system against the American people. Boy, they're saying all the right stuff here to go, well, yeah, you're right, because
why is it so
you do,
suspicious?
I mean, face it, when a bartender can join Congress, get elected to Congress, and 4 years later,
yeah,
they're a multimillionaire.
And they don't make that much. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, totally not political, though. You're right, Neil. Okay. We do see corruption within, and and to say that there was I wish I had saved the link to the video. There was a company CEO before in hearings before I want to say is House Representatives. May have been a senator, but I didn't recognize the senator off the top of my head. And the senator had a manila envelope there in front of him, or file folder. And he's looking at it and he goes, "You know what I've got here in front of me?"
No.
And what it was one of the CEOs had hired private investigators to go through his past, the Congress critters past. And it wasn't just his, but every member of that board, of that committees was listed there. They had different private investigators going through looking up all their past. And the CEO had the nerve to sit there and say, "Well, we do this just so that we know who it is that, a little bit more about the people who are going to be questioning us." And the guy sitting, the House member or the Congress critter sitting there saying, "Wait a minute. So you don't plan on using any of this information that's in this paperwork here to try to blackmail me, threaten me to do what you want me to do, to vote the way you want me to vote? Because I'll open this up to the public and let the public see everything that's in this report." So I can believe that that we've got unscrupulous CEOs out there doing this kind of crap. And I also believe, do you think Nancy Pelosi's husband was such a brilliant Wall Street investor that they've gotten the multi-millions that they've gotten? So this People's Union, they're talking the right stuff to get people involved. But it's all a communist. So what they're planning on doing here, where is it? Okay. D. So did I lose it? I can't believe I can't find it now. But like they've got a protest the 7th, like the 7th through the 14th, nobody buy anything from Walmart. Then following that, nobody, they don't want anybody to buy anything from
Wait, what day?
Amazon. I'm sorry?
What day you don't want anybody to buy anything from Walmart?
These people, the People's Union, this is a silent riot organization.
Oh Lord.
Okay, for the 7th through the 14th, they want, for that week.
Of April?
Yes, of that week. They don't want anybody buying anything from Walmart.
Well, that ain't happening because I gotta feed my kids so they can.
Exactly.
They're gonna come here and bring meat to my house and do the barbecue for me? I don't think so.
Okay, here it is. Walmart blackout, April 7th through the 14th.
Good luck with that. It's the biggest retailer in the friggin'
Okay.
nation.
They already had the Nestle blackout on March 21st and March 28th.
Okay, one of the biggest bottled water suppliers. No.
Okay. Okay, their Amazon was March 7th through the 14th.
No, I got Prime, baby. I'm gonna be renting my
Yeah.
movies and getting my medicine. F y'all.
So this year's what they're planning, what they're doing, how they're planning on doing. It's the silent riot.
Yeah, they think this is so easy, but they're not pushing any alternatives. They're not, it's like I don't normally get water from Nestle anyway, and we don't
My
buy a
wife
lot of
doesn't like
Keurig.
Nestle waters.
I don't see that there's any difference in taste. It's just a moral thing. I no. You hear about the stuff they do, and I can't. That's like one of the few moral stances I'll take because I normally don't. I don't get involved in that mess.
But here's the founder of the People's
Oh
Union.
Lord, is it a
Oh,
picture of her in her mansion?
okay, not it's a video he
Oh,
put out. Okay,
oh Lord.
but you've got to listen to this. I had to listen to it, and so y'all do
I
too.
don't know, man. He looks kind of goofy.
Yeah, he does.
Okay, it's not just me. Thank you.
They're ready and they are serious. So, to
this?
those of you who
Oh.
have bought a T-shirt, one of the wristbands, I just want you to know I'm the one packing every single order. I'm literally
Yeah, you look
printing
like
out
it.
the
You
label.
look tired and used. Nah, I don't get T-shirts from private businesses. I get mine from Walmart like everybody else because they have the cute graphic tees. I like the one with the stick figure. It's the meme of the stick figure sitting in a room on fire, going, "It's okay, everything's fine, it's all fine." Meanwhile, he's rolling.
Labels. I use it to organize the orders, which is a mess. And I stuff every envelope. I fold them. I personally drive them to the post office. This isn't outsourced. This isn't corporate.
Nobody cares.
This more change is being sparked. And that's why today's episode is so important. Because right now we are getting ready to take things to the next level.
All right, here we go.
And we're going to talk.
This is where I wanted to get what I wanted to talk or listen to him about, because 30 years or 20 some years ago.
Oh my God, I'll be right back.
Okay, yeah.
Talk about right now officially the local chapters, what they are, what they mean, and why some of you watching this might be the exact people meant to lead one of those chapters.
A sucker with more money than brains.
But first, again, thank you. Thank you for being here, for supporting this, for standing in solidarity with something that is actually moving and creating change. So let's get into it. Local chapters. Now, local chapters are the next step in forming a real people's union, because what we are building with the local chapters of the People's Union USA isn't just about resistance. This is about opportunity. This is the chance to not only stand up for your community, but to create income for yourself and even generate jobs locally in the process.
Any of that sound familiar? Neil?
It's really about leadership and sustainability. And this is where the movement becomes real. It becomes local and unshakable, and it forms our People's Union. A local chapter will give you the legal license, the structure, and the support to start something powerful right where you live.
Oh, he's not just selling merch here, Neil.
You'll have the ability to protect workers, call out corruption, uplift ethical businesses, organize events, and create a foundation for long-term impact in your own town. And the best part, you're not just helping others, you are creating something that can actually support you too. So when you launch, if you want to launch your first chapter, there is a one-time licensing fee of $1,800.
There you go. He wants you to send him $1,800.
If I want to be a whistleblower, I'll be a whistleblower. I don't need to pay to do that shit.
Okay.
Man, you know.
Pay so we can be in charge
Exactly,
of you.
Neil.
Fuck
This
that.
is BLM 2.0.
Oh yeah, yeah.
This is exactly right. He's
It's a
trying
fucking
to
cult.
he's trying to he saw that them people, that them 4 women that started BLM
We saw the
made
drift.
millions,
Bought a mansion.
bought 3 mansions, 4
Yeah.
mansions. One of them, that was just one of them.
Oof. Yes, pay us and keep paying us and pay for our merch and pay for our licensing and pay to sell the stuff and pay for us to tell you what to do.
But wait to hear what you get for your $1,800.
You get the right to
And with that,
complain.
you are getting everything you need to build with purpose and legitimacy and credibility. You
There's
receive
no credibility
official
in this
licensing.
shit. This is a cult, y'all. This is like fucking Amway. This is a cult. And we got rules in my house. We don't start cults anymore. And we don't. That was an accident. We don't join.
Multi-level marketing. This is
It's a pyramid.
This is a pyramid scheme, a multi-level marketing scheme, like BLM was. And this guy's taking it. He's trying to start his own.
And full recognition to use the People's Union USA name, logo, and branding. You receive 20 premium shirts, small.
A whole 20 shirts.
You're paying $1,800 for that shit. You better get some fucking shirts.
Medium, large, extra large, XXL, and you are ready to sell them, give them away, use them as promos. You receive a professionally printed and bound local chapter leadership guide, which is a complete playbook with step-by-step instructions on organizing outreach, on the certification programs, on membership setup, on.
Did you see that on, it's talking about you can start your own membership program. So now you can make money.
You're an
off of
offshoot
people,
of the revolution.
Off of people wanting to join your local chapter after you've paid me $1,800.
Nah, see, if I wanted to do that, I would just get the designs on their shirts and open a Redbubble, man. I can do that on my own. They're not promoting leadership. They want to pretend to be a revolution. They revoluting in
conflict response and more. And you'll also receive your official People's Union chapter ID card and exclusive access to the forum's admin access and a prominent listing on our national map and chapter database.
No decoder ring? Or do I have to buy more Ovaltine? Man, I don't even know.
You got to spend an extra $200 to get the official decoder ring.
Damn, I knew it was some kind of scheme.
But you get that nice shiny plastic ID that you can put in your wallet to show that you are somebody. It only costs you $1,800.
They'll put your photo in it if you send an extra $200 for the processing photo fee. Yeah. Well, I had an interesting conversation with my credit card company. I hadn't gotten a bill from them, not in my email, not via text. The website is down. I can't get in touch with them. So I called the number. And it kept saying that my account number was invalid. So I started to worry a little bit. Then it turned out now all these shitty credit cards now, the unsecured ones, they have a processing fee. And it can run between $100 to $200 depending on the card. But you either do it by PayPal or you go in person to a Walmart or a Family Dollar or whatever and pay cash. And that's how I opened my card. I paid $100 and paid it because it was like $1,000 credit card. I'm like, yay, I need that. So I went and paid. And I wanted to see the balance and what's my available credit because I hadn't even used it yet. They told me, oh, you took too long to pay the fee and you got canceled. I'm like, are you kidding me? I had to wait to get my card, and a week after I get my card, I pay it, and then the next day you cancel me? That sounds like a scam. They got offended and hung up. I'm sorry, we can't resolve this. You should call back during business hours and talk to a managing supervisor. We'll be glad to hear from you, click. Yeah, no, you can't tell me you took my money and ran with it.
Oh
If you
man.
got a problem, a customer service issue with their shirts, the fit of their shirts, or anything else, you think they're gonna stand by their product and offer to take them back and refund you, or what? Hell no. No returns, no exchanges. I can see where this is going. So who are we leading when we get this official leadership card? Are you sending us people to lead also along with your crappy merch?
You're leading anybody that you can talk
I can't
into.
even lead my kids. It is a battle daily, okay? I just don't want to go back to jail. Fuck that. So yeah. I have a feeling that y'all are leading me to jail. I'm not going to jail, fool. Not for some t-shirts. Damn, what's wrong with you?
You will also be invited to my monthly private Zoom calls with myself and other chapter leaders across the country to coordinate, strategize, and grow this together as a real people's union.
Okay,
but
he's
from
so
there,
mumbly. I'm not gonna lie, he is so mumbly. The first few words I thought he said, "You're gonna be invited to our monthly zoo call." I knew it. I knew he was a fucking furry. I knew it. Yeah. So.
It's Zoom, not zoo.
Well, yeah, it took me a second to go back and rehear it, but yeah, I really thought it was you, y'all. I was like, I knew it. I knew he was a friggin' weirdo.
Let me turn on the subtitles here.
He looks like somebody who is not allowed to live within 1,000 feet of a school. I'm sorry. No, don't laugh, man. You go look up Steven Stearns and put the photos up side by side. It's like almost identical, except this guy looks more tired because he's actually like making merch and mailing shit.
it's yours. And listen, you'll have the power to run local boycotts, to certify ethical businesses, to support mistreated workers, to launch mutual aid drives, host community events, and build something that people will remember.
No, I don't want to be remembered for that. I'm sorry, sir. Well,
you just sent.
I can do a boycott.
You just send me $1,800 and I will tell you that you're allowed to do all this. I will give you my permission to do all this. The same, I'll give you my permission to do what I'm doing.
How do I go about certifying private businesses? What does that mean? Does it mean it's okay to buy from them? Does it mean it's
yeah, you certify ethical businesses that you think are ethical. You know, the ones that may slide you an extra couple $100 under the table and put into your wallet.
Let me do a certification fee. I will come out and inspect your business for a fee.
Exactly. And of course, I have to inspect your business once a month so that you can keep your certification.
Well, on the topic of small, shitty, fraudulent businesses, Shanny's boyfriend Rev lost his Teespring store and he's losing his fucking mind. Nobody's buying from it because all that Teespring and Redbubble shit is all overpriced stupidly. But they have somebody, I'm not going to say who because I'm not naming names today. That's not who I am. But somebody got in contact with their customer service. And it pointed out that they are giving a store to convicted violent criminals who brag about sex trafficking and have a sex trafficking logo in all their merch. AST, American Sex Traffickers. You can't tell me that's not what it stands for, but I'm just saying someone might have outed their criminal and underbelly and got their shit kicked. There's a lot of speculation, but I don't know anything. I'm just reporting it.
Right. So, but yeah, this guy said, you give me this $1,800, I will send you some T-shirts.
Give me the 1,800 and I will allow you to have your constitutional right.
And I will allow you to do everything that I'm doing. Mm-hmm. Oh, and I'll also give you an ID card. And once a month, if I feel like it, I'll do a Zoom call to where you and I and other people can all talk.
About what we're doing for you. And
Right.
when you do all these things I'm allowing you to do, you can give me credit.
Exactly.
Because
And
if I
then I will
leadership,
tell you how you can turn around and charge your members a monthly membership fee
that will all defer to me as your
that
leader.
will put money in your pocket.
Or ultimately
Because
in
remember,
my
this is
pocket.
about growing a business. And what do businesses do? Put money in the people's pockets.
But it's also a pyramid scheme, so they're getting theirs
Yeah.
right off the top.
Yeah. And what's even worse is it costs you 1,800 to join this pyramid scheme.
I do not recall buying soap flavored Peeps. This is disgusting.
Important aspect is you can sell official merchandise. You can also create your own local merchandise, collect donations, offer membership fees, and build your own stream of revenue while doing something that actually matters.
Yeah,
And I'm going to break this all down for you right now.
I'm going to take their logo and slap a palm tree under it and put Florida on the bottom of it. And bam, that's my logo. I am licensed to have that logo.
But you got to pay him $1,800 to have
I
that
ain't
license.
paying him. Let him take me to court for that $1,800. He'll be spending more in court than he'll get out of me. So good luck with that. Good luck getting me to court. I don't have a car. Y'all can come drive me and my two disabled, very loud, rambunctious disabled children. Go ahead. We'll all have fun that day.
Now,
And
exactly
I don't put a leash on my kids. They are not leashed, but they are free roaming.
Yeah, you're right, Neil. This guy's taking multi-level marketing and BLM and merging the best of both of them for putting money in his pocket.
How can you tell someone pay me $1,800 and you have the right to protest or boycott? Man, that is some bullshit. So you mean I gotta buy Nestle water unless I pay you $1,800? Man, fuck you.
Leaders can earn money, support their communities, and become a cornerstone of this movement. But first, understand this. You really must understand that this is more than a title. This is a role. This is a calling, and it is an incredible opportunity. It's the people's union. So let's talk revenue, certifications, and real community power. So everything you get as a chapter leader and how it works. So when you open your own chapter, you're not just joining something, you are building something. This is your business.
There it goes. This is now your business. And this is the guy behind the silent riot. This is the guy that was behind the Amazon and the Nestle protests, blackouts. This is the guy, well, he's, especially on TikTok, he's all over the place. He and people and other people that are associated with him are all over the place.
He didn't create this. Somebody else did, and now he's the face of it. No, I don't believe he created a damn thing. And I am a leader in this house and the cornerstone. And yeah, I don't need to lead strange people. I'm done with that shit. Oh my God. I will never join another cult. That was an accident. I will not make another one. Dude, you don't know. I was doing door-to-door sales. And holy shit. It wasn't until I got out I realized it was a cult. I'd go in there and the music was blasting on Monday morning when you're supposed to have peace and a cup of coffee and discuss your route. It's like a friggin' halftime football game. The music is blasting. There's no words, it's just noises. And I remember you had to scream to be heard. I'm not even exaggerating. And I remember I went to my team leader. I'm like, hey, what? Hey, what? Can we turn the music down? And he looked at me like I was nuts. He's like, no. I had so many migraines working for them. I worked there 2 weeks, got paid, and disappeared because they pay you for training.
Right. But
Oh,
this is one of the upstart
no.
protest groups. And I would not be surprised if you could follow this link back all the way to Schumer.
I wouldn't be surprised at their third protest they're setting shit on fire. I am not. No. I can set stuff on fire in my own house. I don't need to go and set strangers' stuff on fire. The hell? There's no such thing as a silent protest. I'm sorry. You know, you got a bunch of people not talking, hanging out. That's people. That's kids pouting. Overgrown kids pouting. Man, no. I can't.
Now, for anybody who lives in Wisconsin,
Uh-oh.
there are two people in Wisconsin who are very, very, very happy today.
I don't want to know because I don't like people, and people should not be that happy.
Oh, these people are absolutely ecstatic.
Ugh.
All right, because Elon Musk gave two people $1 million each last night.
$1 million. Hey, when are we getting our $5,000 Doge money? We're supposed to be getting Doge money or something next year. I want mine now.
Elon Musk gave out $1 million checks on Sunday to two Wisconsin voters, declaring them spokespeople for his political group ahead of a Wisconsin Supreme Court election that the tech billionaire casts as critical to President Donald Trump's agenda in the future of civilization. And I'm going to be honest, I don't like it. When he was, I don't like that he did this, but the way he did it is perfectly legal right now. Is if you were a registered voter, all you had to do was to log into his website, because he had the same thing down here in Florida. Log into his website, say you were a registered voter and that you could supply evidence of such. All right. And there would be a random drawing of somebody and two people, which have, Wisconsin here, as an example, we're going to get $1 million each. And then some other people are going to get lesser amounts. All right. Now,
you can't just say, give me money. You got to go and log in and show you were somewhere and get a thing. And I mean, you got to have receipts.
The Democrats obviously took this to court saying, hey, that this man is trying to buy votes.
You can't buy votes after the fact. Damn.
And the thing is, he didn't say who you had to say who you voted for.
You just had to be there and participate.
You just had to vote. Mm-hmm. All he was doing is saying, if you voted, you have a chance to win $1 million. That's all he was saying. And because it was not if you voted for person X or if you voted for person, on this a certain way on this issue. He just said, I want people to go out and vote. So in order to enhance the idea of people going out to vote, I'm going to give two people, regardless of who they voted for, $1 million each. And I'm going to be honest, I put my name in the hat for that. I mean, if somebody was throwing out $1 million just because you voted, hell yeah.
I did the mail-in ballot because I couldn't find anybody who wants a kid, so I didn't go and stand in line.
I mean, hell yeah, I'll put my name in that hat for $1 million.
Yeah, if you win.
Granted, half of it will disappear in taxes. That's fine. $500,000
You know what?
Uh,
$10,000 would change our lives completely. I'm okay with that.
$500,000 would, I would be able to bank 350,000 of that.
Okay. I would take my kids to Universal Studios. Then I would come home and pay all my bills.
Because
That would eat it up.
I would pay off my house, pay off my son's house, and bank the rest of it.
Like you said, if it was 500,000, I could go buy a couple. I could go near Rolls and get a couple of houses, rent one out, and keep one, and establish a trust fund for my kids and a caretaker.
A unanimous state Supreme Court on Sunday refused to hear last-minute attempts by the state's Democratic Attorney General to stop Musk from handing over the checks to two voters, a ruling that came in just minutes before the planned start of the rally. Two lower courts had already rejected the legal challenge by Democrat Josh Cole, who argues that Musk's offer violates the state law prohibiting the offer of anything of value to induce anyone to vote. Okay.
Oh, wow.
But now I don't know about Wisconsin's law. All right. I know that they made a deal. It was Georgia that made the big deal about Georgia, saying that no partisan group could hand out water to people standing in line. However, if the elections supervisor put out water stations for people standing in line to vote, that could happen. But you could not walk down the line of people standing in line to vote and say, here's a free bottle of water that was bought and paid for by Donald Trump, or bought and paid for by Kamala Harris.
Right.
Or bought and paid for by Joe Biden. You couldn't, or be wearing a Biden t-shirt or a Trump t-shirt or something like that, showing a partisanship. Okay. But if the elections board, your county elections board, supplied water or a watering station, that is perfectly legal, which is not a problem. I don't see a problem with that. We had one year, we had a young kid selling bottles of water, $2 a bottle, to people standing in line to vote. And this was one of the years where we were standing in line for 2 hours to vote. And he was selling bottles of water for $2 a piece. And his mom was taking the money, running down to Walmart and buying a case of water for $2.
There you go.
So, they sell one bottle, make back what they paid for on that case, then turn around and pocket that's the way to make money. And they eventually made that kid stop doing it, because he started doing it at that one particular voting place every year. Because for some stupid reason, we have elections, some sort of an election going on every year.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really, Neil? Somebody's handing out BLM bracelets? Wow.
Ugh.
So Musk got to hand out a couple $1 million last night. All right. Musk's political action used nearly identical tactic before the election. A judge in Pennsylvania said the prosecutors failed to show the effort was an illegal lottery and allowed to continue through election day. Same thing that I mean that's the same thing that happened here in Florida when they tried to stop it from happening here in Florida.
Mm.
So, and again, it's all you got to do is show that you voted and you're eligible to win that $1 million. And I don't mind. I mean, this is money. He can give it away as he wishes, however he wishes. Okay. I just wish that my name would show up on his list towards that, for that million. But either my name or my son's name, my wife's name, not my daughter-in-law. I love my daughter-in-law, but I don't trust her. I don't know her well enough to know that she wouldn't be. Have you seen that one video where the guy asked his girlfriend what she would do if he won the lottery and gave her half of it?
Oh God. No, I
And
didn't see the video.
she said, "Well, I'd leave you."
What?
Yeah, she goes, "I'd leave you. I would take the money and run. I would be going, spend
Where?
that money on myself, buying a house or, taking a cruise, tour around the world."
You could
And he
do that
reached into
without
his
leaving.
pocket. He reached into his pocket, pulled out the lottery ticket, said, "Well, I won. Here's your share, $20. Now get out of my car."
Oh.
Now,
Okay.
honestly, I believe it was a skit,
Yeah. But
but it was a good skit. It was a good skit. That's not something that you would expect to see. At least I hope like hell it's a skit. I'd hate to think that a woman would be, somebody that you'd been dating for a while would be willing to do that. Just flat right say, "I'd leave you if you won," thinking you're talking about millions of dollars. But that's just me. Okay, so let's see. What do I still got left here? I know I still got a couple of tabs left. But yeah, we've got several protests here coming up starting this week. Oh, the people protesting by attacking Teslas and Tesla dealerships and such. In Wichita, let me pull this article up. Man accused of damaging Tesla in Wichita parking lot charged with criminal damage to property. All right. The Sedgwick County District Attorney's Office confirmed that a man accused of damaging a Tesla in a parking lot is charged with 1 count of criminal damage, a crime defined as a severity 9 non-person felony. What this guy did, there was a Tesla parked in a handicapped parking spot
oh God. Okay.
in front of a Olive Garden, and he keyed the crap out of it. Okay.
They're just increasing
The
Tesla sales.
the woman that owned the car is obvious, parked in the handicapped parking spot, is confined to a wheelchair, and the car had been
That's a
modded
hate
for
crime.
her.
That is a hate crime.
And it was, I think they said it was like $10,000 worth of damage
And
to the
if the
car.
insurance company can't repair the damage, they have to replace the car. So you're just increasing Tesla sales, dumbass.
So, uh, you know, 5 to 17 months in prison is what his
Oh, they are criminals.
18 months in prison because you only go to jail for a year. Anything a year and a day, you go to big boy prison. But I want to see all these people, and that's one thing these people don't seem to understand. Teslas have got that security mode. I mean, they've got what, 9 cameras on them, at least 6 that record everything going around the car.
Oh, I've seen the footage all over the net. Yeah.
And this guy, the way they were able to identify him, he was wearing pajama pants
Oh, Jesus.
when he did it. And he'd gotten seated fairly close to this woman. So when they viewed the Tesla stuff, the Tesla footage, and saw who it was that did it because of his pajama pants he was wearing with cartoons on them, they're able to go inside of the restaurant of the Olive Garden and determine exactly who he was, get his name, address, and everything else. Because, like a dumbass, he paid by credit card.
Of course.
Honestly, I don't pay by card when I go out to a restaurant most times. I pay cash only. For our anniversary dinner coming up here in May, I'll take $300 cash with me to pay for our dinner and everything we do that night, including the tip. I'll come home with nothing in my pocket.
Right.
I'll spend that whole $300 that night. The wife's
Okay.
expensive when we go out to eat for our anniversary. The wife is expensive.
What the hell? Is she getting a Wagyu steak? And I don't even know.
She, depending on the one restaurant we go to now that we've been going to for the past several years, it's really fancy. It's so fancy they've got an artificial tree in the middle of the restaurant. Okay, with the branches going up over the dining area.
Okay. Sounds like
Which
going to
reminds me,
Florence Cafe a little.
I need to call them and make reservations. Because I always call about a month in advance to make reservations. So, but anyway, yeah, it's
Y'all
I mean, I
really
pretty much get the same thing. My main thing that I always get when I go there is they've got an amazing she crab soup.
Okay.
And they give you the option of putting brandy in it. And that brandy I've tried it both ways, and that brandy really does kick it off. Adds another layer of flavor to it. So if you want to try, and now it's expensive. It's like $30 for that bowl of soup.
Okay.
Okay, but it's worth every drop of it. It is
I've been to some
absolutely
expensive
delicious.
restaurants, but I can't recall 2 people paying $300. That kind of expensive.
Oh no, our total dinner will be about $200, $250.
Okay.
And then I'll leave a $50 to $60 tip.
Oh.
All right,
Yes,
because the service there is absolutely amazing.
Okay.
I was talking to one of the owners of the place, and I told him, I said, I really love the wait staff you have here. The servers are absolutely amazing.
Hmm.
And he said that none of his servers make less than $60,000 a year.
Okay, not great in today's economy, but for a server, that's pretty damn good.
Yeah, I mean, and with the bulk of that being in tips,
Yeah.
that's why I have an issue with Trump's no taxes on tips plan.
Yeah.
All right, because you know the first 30, okay, you want to say the first $30,000 no taxes on, okay, I could live with that. Okay. But when a server's making 60 or $70,000 a year with the bulk of it in tips, that's there's need to be some income tax paid out of that.
Okay, so totally unrelated to any of this. Have you heard there's a new Dracula movie coming out?
I
Uh-huh.
thought I heard something about it, but I didn't put a lot of attention
Okay.
to it.
Okay. Do you know who's
Okay.
playing the title role? Just curious. Do you know? 'Cause I've seen the trailer and
Let's
oh
see.
my god. You're gonna Google that shit. Don't you cheat. Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm looking it up right now.
That trailer was beautiful.
There's the
That man,
Nosferatu, which we just got out last year.
no, this is new. It isn't out yet.
Oh, here we
Yeah,
go.
baby.
You
And
talking
let
about
me
the one
tell you,
Canoe Reeves?
yes. And he's all older and slim and lean and hungry looking. And let me tell you, he ain't even doing nothing but walking in this thing. And I'm like, if I had panties, they would be melted. Yeah, no, I'm watching this one. It's gonna leave Gary Oldman's thing in the dust.
It's fake.
Please don't tell me that's a fake trailer. That's all I want for
Those are
Christmas.
all right. According to the Direct, which is a news movie TV website.
Oh, I know they
Uh,
did a fake Iron Man 4 trailer, and I was disappointed, but I was glad because the plot looked stupid. But okay,
uh,
I'm getting real sick of these fake trailers.
let me share this.
Okay. Yeah, I know. Domino's does that too. They have a $4 delivery charge, and that is not a tip for the driver. They have to disclaim
Right.
that. But it's real small when they disclaim it.
Okay. Multiple trailers online tease the upcoming release of a Dracula movie led by John Wick star Keanu Reeves, set to be released in 2025.
It's Keanu.
While the plot was not laid out specifically, these trailers set up Reeves as the iconic Hollywood vampire in a new solo movie facing off against
It's
a
fucking
terrifying
Dracula.
Transylvanian threats.
Oh,
Important to note is these trailers and announcements are verifiably fake.
no.
While Reeves has no confirmed plans for a new Dracula movie, the character will live on in other forms soon.
But he looked so good in the trailer. It really. I would have said no. Like if you had just asked and I hadn't seen the trailer, but oh my god, he looks like he was made to play it.
So, uh,
No.
in July 2024, Deadline shared images from a new Dracula movie by director Luke Benson titled Dracula Love Tale that features Caleb Landry Jones as the vampire next to Christopher Waltz as a priest.
I like Christopher Waltz. But, no, this ain't doing it for me. You gotta have. Yeah, I remembered he was in the Gary Oldman one.
Yeah. Oh, As Reeves' upcoming projects, his next on-screen appearance will be in CGI form as he joins the star-studded cast of Sonic the Hedgehog 3. He's lined up to play the villainous Shadow the Hedgehog. And that's coming out in December. Whoa! He's reprising his role of John Wick in the upcoming From the World of John Wick Ballerina. That comes out in June.
They're gonna start a whole new series, whatever, man.
I tell you, I love the way that they ended the trilogy.
It was okay.
I love the way they ended the trilogy. You know, yeah, he died, but that was, I mean, he took out the last bad guy.
You knew it was gonna happen from the beginning, though. There was not gonna be any happy ending for him.
Oh no. But I still, you know, it was a, you know, the movie, that trilogy, you know, beginning, middle, and end.
Yeah. I really want that Dracula thing to be real, though. Damn it.
He would make a good Dracula.
You would, man. He's so intense. Jesus.
He would make a good Dracula.
There goes
At
my
least,
Christmas.
but could he get the accent right for a change?
I think he could.
Because he absolutely blew the British accent
Oh my god, that was fucking awful. It was so crazy.
in the other Dracula movie. He blew that accent apart. He was horrible. But okay, so there's that. And let's see, what else do I have in line here? Oh, no, that was something else I was looking at. Okay, so let's come over. Did I have? Oh, yeah, we talked about that. Donald Trump sending the people to Monkey sick. He's in bad shape right now. That's why he hasn't been streaming.
He just did a stream the other day. It's not like he hasn't been streaming.
So okay, let's see what's here. Oh, speaking of people getting caught, let's take a look at X here. Libs of TikTok did their thing. I love it. Okay.
It doesn't
Did
work.
you write?
Sir, we see it on the video. Free service.
Free service. How about you pay for the repairs? Write a check.
Listen,
You just bought a Tesla.
I can wipe it off
No,
with a towel.
no,
It's not
no.
a key.
It is a
It was
hate crime,
it was
sir.
A crayon.
It is a hate crime.
Listen,
As soon, did you write a swastika on
I'm
there?
sorry you're upset.
Did you write a
It didn't even
swastika?
it didn't even work. Apparently
Did you
it doesn't work.
did you write a
The crayons
swastika
don't
on
work.
the? It's a key, sir. We see it on the video.
It's not a key.
Did you? Is it a
I was probably
swastika?
putting my keys in
Is
my
it a
pocket.
swastika?
Have you looked at your
Is
car?
it a
Is there
swastika?
is there a key
Yes.
mark?
Is it
It's
a
not-
swastika?
that's
It's at the
impossible.
police right now. It's being fingerprinted
What do you mean it's being fingerprinted?
because
What
they,
is it- what do
they're
you
trying
think
to
that
track you
means?
down. Thankfully, Facebook tracked you down.
Uh-huh.
So your business, your freaking livelihood, everything now,
Listen,
because you chose to write so to tell Facebook that you're sorry for writing a swastika on a Tesla.
Listen, I said I'm sorry.
For what?
And I
For what? For
apologize.
what?
I have nothing against
For
your
what?
car, and I have nothing against you.
So why
Okay.
did you write a swastika on a Tesla?
Obviously, I have something against Elon Musk, but that's not the
So
way
Elon
to
Musk
show
owns
my.
Apparently, you have something against
It
you.
was
He
bought
owns
and
the
paid
company.
for. It was bought and paid for a long time
That's
ago.
why it's misguided, and obviously, I did not intend to do this.
All right,
sir.
we're gonna wait for the.
You didn't intend. That sounds like you have a loss of control of your business.
Yeah, you're sorry, all right. You're sorry you got caught.
You're gonna be sorry. That's a hate crime, sir.
I tell you, at this point, there needs to be serious punishment for these people doing that. There really needs to be.
Right? Oh, I just fucking hate people and their mealy mouths. I'm sorry, I didn't mean. You totally meant to. You went there with the weapon. You damaged the car. You did it. You completed your mission. You meant to do that shit. Oh my god. If you didn't mean to do it, you should have stopped and thought about it.
Oh. Okay. Some woman kicked out of Disneyland for grabbing Gaston's butt.
I saw that, but I didn't see him grab his butt. She put her hands on his
Oh,
chest from what I
oh
saw.
yeah. Okay. Yeah. She puts his hands up, grabs a hold of his pecs.
She should absolutely be kicked out. Oh, and rest in peace, Richard Chamberlain.
Yes. I told my wife that last night, that he had died, and she's going, who? Then I
Oh
said,
no, she didn't know.
Thornbirds. And she goes,
Yeah,
oh, him. Okay.
Man in the Iron Mask. I mean, he had a man.
So, well, I knew she knew him from Thornbirds.
I read the book. The book is more depressing than the miniseries. Oof.
Okay. Block that off. Good, good, good. All right. Oh, these are cops. Okay. I get to share this one. That's one thing I like about X. I can find stuff to share here at the end when we're closing things down. Let me pull this up. There we go.
You have my fucking car! You touch that shit again, I will break your fucking fingers. Okay, come on, bring it on. Bring it on. You fucking Nazi. Fuck you.
Now comes the pepper
spray. I love you. Yay! Or a Yay! Shame! Shame! If you'll decide.
Oh, he's wearing a MAGA hat.
What are they saying though? Shame?
Yeah, shame, shame, shame.
Oh, shame! I don't have no shame. I paid for that shit.
They're first calling him a Nazi, and then they started to shout. Somebody started chanting shame.
Oh, like
I feel very, very sorry for you.
You're sorry.
You're just a little man. Little man.
You're a little old lady. Do you know how fragile old lady hips are on the highway? People think I'm joking. I really do have pepper spray on my keychain. I don't fuck around with it because of all the crazy. Man, we had martial law in Miami a couple of years ago during the BLM protest, and it was only one weekend during spring break. But I went out and you can't have mace, but you can have pepper spray, and I had the fuck out of it. I'm not even, and it will unclip from my keychain super fast. So, yeah.
Get concealed carry license. You can carry pepper spray.
No, you don't need concealed license for pepper spray.
Well, no, for OC you need concealed weapons license.
I don't have that. But also, I don't think concealed license is a thing here in Florida. I know it is for other states, but I think you just need a license to carry the gun, but not a concealed license.
Okay. If you want to carry outside of the state, you have to have a concealed license, a Florida concealed license.
Right. Okay. Thank you for clearing that up.
So it's like I can carry concealed in every state that I need to go visit my family in Ohio.
Okay.
All right. So I can carry.
What is wrong with it? She is too damn old to be acting like a millennial. What the fuck is going on with her?
Trump and Elon derangement syndrome.
Dude, if other people are affecting your faculties that bad, you might need to be in a care home.
That ain't.
Oh. We need you out of the road, please.
You're a fucking traitor to the United States, you fuckface!
Falling apart! Your truck's falling apart!
You fucking traitor!
Your truck's falling
Elon Musk has got to go! Get this fucking asshole out of here!
Well, you're the one blocking him in the road.
Wow, them people are warped.
That's not a silent protest.
No, but those people are definitely.
Yeah, there's something wrong with these people. Also, I can't hear y'all. I don't know what just happened. I did not mute myself. I did not mute you.
There we go.
Oh, thank
Something-
you. I was so worried. Yeah, I heard the
No.
muting and I was like, what the fuck did I do?
No, it's, for some reason my browser muted my mic, which kicked me off.
Oh no. Joshua, I know you don't need a license. But I know it can be removed from you if you're going into like a driver's license place or social security. I don't know about driver's license. Social security.
Any
definitely, no.
government.
There you
office.
go. Yeah, you can't bring it in there, but I didn't get it anywhere special like off the internet or the dark web. I just went into the AutoZone. I mean, they have them hanging up by the front door. So
As a courtesy, I try not to carry mine into any medical facility.
okay, fair enough.
Except for one doctor's office, and that's because he wants all after I get read my concealed carry magazine. He wants me to
Okay.
take him up there so he can read them.
Okay.
This doc is cool. He paid someone to come in to give a class for all of his employees.
Okay.
And then
Good man.
he paid for a couple hours of range time for all of them to go down to shoot at the range afterwards. So I mean, he's a really good doc. I mean, that way he's also retired Air Force retired Air Force. He was an Air Force doctor. He was over in this playing in the sand.
Okay.
He was there during the Gulf War. So, all right, stop sharing that because that's evidently what had kicked me off of killed my mic. All right, so what did this guy do that he lost it, that he got arrested?
My Netflix got suspended. This is bullshit.
Okay. Schools to give boys anti-misogyny lessons to stop toxic masculinity in the
Jesus
wake of
Christ.
the Netflix hit Adolescence.
You know what'll work really good? Stop letting boys touch little girls because they're just being boys. That would be it. Ugh. Nobody took it seriously when boys were trying to put their hands down on my shirts, but when I defended myself, they lost their fucking minds.
Okay. D. All right, Ramen.
Yes, dear.
Okay. Who does this mouth belong to?
Oh no. Well, I know it
Anybody
isn't
in
Shanny
chat? Anybody
because
in
it's
chat? Who does that mouth belong to?
she's got all her teeth, so I know it ain't Shanny. Could be anybody. I don't know.
Come on, Josh, Neil.
Josh, you don't. Yeah, I mean, I walk in with it in my Walmart. I forget it's on my chain. Don't even worry about it.
Data. I think Digi's probably already left for work. So
It's too small to be AOC, and those front teeth are too small.
no, those are AOCs.
Oh, okay, you got me.
That is
You got
AOC.
you got me,
AOC's mouth.
boss.
Yep. That is AOC. You can tell by the way that lip peels back. You know, she looks like a donkey. That's
Yeah,
what she's got the donkey teeth.
she looked less like a donkey there, so I was thrown for a minute. Because usually you see her and her two front teeth are so much bigger. Okay.
So. All right. Well, that's about all I got for the day, guys.
Okay.
Protesters laying down in the streets to block Tesla property. You know
what? I think those people need to be, what do you call it? They need to be taken into custody and 5150 because that sounds like suicide attempt. Why are you gonna lay in the street and wait for a car to run over you? That's the stupidest thing I ever heard of.
So first of all, anybody laying in the street should be arrested immediately. Anybody blocking the streets should be arrested. If you want to protest on the public sidewalk, that's one thing. But if you start blocking the streets, that's something else.
Oh, I got a fake antivirus thing here. Damn it, man.
So I've got no I mean, you're blocking the roads, you're blocking transportation, you're blocking fire departments, you're blocking police, you're blocking ambulances, you're blocking people trying to get to work. You know, that should be illegal. That should be grounds for arrest. So anyway, any last words before we head out of here, Ramen? Let me get
I got
her.
nothing.
Let's get her off the screen. We don't need to see AOC's mouth.
I'm getting an offer to renew a license for an antivirus I've never heard of.
Oh, okay. Which one?
I don't know. It's coming from a weird website.
Oh,
Soda Defender. Is it Soda? I don't know.
I did win a new TV this weekend, 43-inch television.
Did you actually get it, or they're telling you answer these questions and we'll tell you where to pick it
No,
up?
nope. It's actually waiting on me. All I got to do is go pick it up. I've already called them and talked to them, and it's sitting there waiting for me at Best Buy. So
I'm getting told that about a $500 Walmart card. They might get
I'm going to go put it into our spare bedroom for when my sister comes down. She's got a TV to watch.
That's nice.
So
Our TV's a 32-inch and it's got a line on the right side. I think I'll have to replace it soon.
my son just had to replace his. His TV started getting white dots everywhere. And while he could watch TV around it, his wife couldn't. So
I mean, I'm just glad they're under $100 now. I mean, I can get
Yeah.
a 32-inch, and that's a decent size for the kids. You know, we don't have
Oh,
it
yeah.
mounted up like the doctor's office. You know, you can see it from the sofa. It's fine. You know, I don't
I
have it
tell,
mounted or anything.
have you seen those new 80 some odd inch televisions?
No,
Oh my
that's for
God.
people who want to show off.
That's like that's big. I've got nothing I want to do with the TV that big. So, all right. Well, ladies and gents, thanks for coming out and listening to me, listening to us rant a little bit here, talk about these guys protesting and how one guy's setting up a protest movement simply to make money. You can join his protest group for just a miserable little $1,800 and be licensed to start your own protest group and be licensed to go out and protest and be licensed, get an ID card,
Yep.
6 free t-shirts.
You pay us, and we'll allow you to practice your civil rights.
Exactly. So,
Security alert. You visited an illegal infected website. No, I have not. Google is not illegal.
no. So, yeah. But there are these people that have got, yes, definitely, Josh, pray every day. Pray several times a day, every day. Which I actually do. Let's see. I say a prayer when I get up. I ask for blessings on my food when I eat. I say a prayer before I go to sleep at night.
Okay.
So, all right, everyone. Have a good day. Enjoy yourselves. As always, be with the ones you love and love the ones that you're with. We'll see y'all. Let's see. Tomorrow's Tuesday. I will stream tomorrow, but it may be late. All right. I may not be back. I've got a 7 o'clock doctor's appointment. And then I've got one immediately following that one. So I do not know exactly what time I'll be getting back to the house. But I'll still try to stream tomorrow. All right? So y'all be good. We'll see you later.
I'll be good.
Bye.